Howdy again everybody and welcome to another GeoGuessr video, where today we are going to explore the South America, as I said in the last video. So, how I spent basically my whole morning, or the whole day, was that I educated myself, especially through this, could you say this as a guide? Maybe, and then other videos and stuff that I could find from internet, and wrote it down the old-fashioned way, and now I have this my beautiful Moomin notebook full of stuff about every country in South America. So what I think we are going to do today, I have some maps lined up for today. I haven't really checked them if they are good or not, so maybe we will have some different maps than what we have at the moment on the screen. I'll find out as I test them, but what I think we are going to do is we are going to put time limit on 0, or no time limit. We are going to put no moving on, and as we get into the location, I basically first I go through it myself, then I use my brain first to kind of narrow down what it could be, and then I can do some research from these and see if I can give some good tips about the area or the location, and after that we can see how horribly wrong I was. Yeah, also the idea is going to be that there's going to be smaller or bigger things that I'm going to miss. Obviously, I'm not perfect, and hopefully you will educate myself and the others down in the comments on what you know. Does that sound nice? Was that a good intro? Did you get the idea what we are trying to do here? Hopefully. I'm not always sure with my English. And yeah, let's try to keep somewhat good pace on, because I'm getting a little bit tired. I have done quite a lot today, and I can definitely feel it already. But at least more tired I get, the more silly I get, so I think win-win situation for you. But yeah, let's try this one, the most popular one out of these, at least what I found. Basically the whole South America. Only includes handpicked locations without any photospheres. Obviously official Google coverage. Done by Mapper. Plus 1,000 locations, so oh yeah, good. Almost forgot to do this as a challenger, so let's do that also. So yeah, let's give this one a go. So first things first, maybe the best clue here, at least for me, is this sign for the corner, I think, which I think it's unique to Ecuador, hopefully. And then you have these poles or utility poles that narrow down the further up you go. Is that the way to say it? Hopefully. We have a short aerial, white outer lines, and then singular yellow center line. Blades. I can't really tell you if there's a meta to them, at least for these ones. And then I think this is a concrete road, yeah, seems to be. So I think those are the best metas that I can spot from here. One thing is also, it looks like we are on a really mountainous area. And then we have some plants also. That may or may not help somebody. But yeah, based on those clues, I myself would say Ecuador. If I'm correct, this is unique to Ecuador, at least in South America. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then you have the utility poles. I think those are the two best clues here. Also the aerial. Can't really see anything about the car, at least it's white, I think. So yeah, we're the plonk here. I think it would be a little bit easier if we had the GeoGuessr map, because you can see the mountains better from there. But it seems this whole area here is quite mountainous, so plonking near the middle is a good hedge at least. I don't think that's a sea. I think just a tree line or another mountain that you can barely see on the background. Is that the sea? No, I'm doubting myself. Let's go with this and be sad afterwards. It was the sea. Blim. At least my research paid off. So nice. I have no idea what my score is because it's not showing it yet. But yeah, I think that's a really good start. I don't remember what was the average score on the map, but I think that's a really good start for the map. So yeah, next up we have this one, which is a little bit more trickier. I think the first thing that at least makes it more trickier for myself is that the sun is to the south, which would mean we are in the north. That doesn't really fit the picture. At least where I would like to plonk this one. The second best clue I think is this utility pole that has these holes or carvings, I don't know what to call them, in it, which would make me think it could be Brazil. Also, the soil is really red. That's also a good sign of being in Brazil. And then you have a white car. And besides that, we have a really flat landscape with huge fields around us. And then we have this building over here. So yeah, where to plonk this one then? Also there are no road lines, but if the sun would be in the north, I think I would be guessing around this area. Since it's not, I don't think it's Colombia, based on the utility poles. I think it's Brazil, but what I understand, this should be pretty much rainforest, so could it be then somewhere near the coast maybe? Or then the sun is just lying to us and it's around this area where I would plonk it. But let's go with our sun meta now. Yeah, that was a bit unlucky. I think the best lesson that we can learn from here is that don't trust the sun. The sun doesn't exist, it's just a lie. So next up we have this one, which has actually quite many clues. At the first glance I thought, what the hell is this, but actually there are quite many clues. I think the first one and the most notable, we have a black car that would narrow it down to Argentina, Peru or Uruguay. Next up we have white outer lines, continuous outer lines on the sides, and then we have double yellow middle lines or center lines. After that, when you look around, ooh, what do you see? These utility poles. That should be quite unique to Argentina. at least in South America. I think that's the best clue that we are in Argentina, besides the car. And then you have, I think, maybe something black on the license plate that could also indicate Argentina. I think those are the best clues here. Also, sun check. Sun is slightly to the north, makes sense. Then when you start to look at the environment, we have this river, which leads to a lake, I would say. I think it's pretty well surrounded by land, so I don't think this one is a sea. I think here we can see some pine trees. And over here to our south we have some sort of small mountain. I don't know what to call that. Probably has its own name, but based on those, I think we are looking near the border of Chile. I think based on the pines, we might be a little bit more to the north, or I mean the south. So here's the tricky part, how south would you like to go? I think here it looks still quite dry and quite rural, is that the way to say it? So based on that it could be also relatively north, so I guess somewhere here would be a decent plunk. Please tell me there's a dam here. No. That would have been too good to be true. But yeah, let's just plunk near this area and wish we are close. Nice. Is learning actually paying off for me? Or is it just easy because it's only South America? So you can somewhat easily tell the different areas apart, or the countries apart. Yeah, and it was a lake. So I would say, well done me, woohoo, yippee. And yeah, hopefully you did well too. I think it gets pretty hard down in the Argentina around this area, because it can get pretty south or north and still look like the same. So I was a bit lucky with that plunk. And then we have the round 4. First of all, this looks quite tricky, at least for me. We have double yellow lines in the center and then white outer lines. Makes sense, we are in South America. If you take a quick look around, at least for me, not ringing any bells immediately. The sun was, I would say, slightly to the north, but basically in the middle of the compass, and I personally wouldn't trust it here. I think the biggest clue here is this single electric ball that has these tapes on its bottom, which would indicate Colombia. And yeah, besides that, when you start to look around, obviously wooden fences, but I think that rule doesn't apply here, at least to those. But the second best clue, at least for me, is these, are these called posts? Or the poles that hold the signs, that are white and like ridiculously narrow, which is also unique to Colombia, at least in South America. Everything that I'm saying is unique to this place. Little disclaimer, in South America. But yeah, based on these tapes and these traffic signs, I would say it's Colombia. The sun is slightly to the north, so I might be wrong here. But yeah, I think those are the best clues. I can't see the license plates if they are yellow or not. And was there anything else? The car is white. Almost completely blurred. And then I can't see behind the signs, because the Colombian signs, if I remember correctly, they had the cross behind them. So that's also a good clue. But yeah, based on those we are going to belong Colombia. If you look at the Google coverage in GeoGuessr in Colombia, you are going to notice you really don't have any coverage near the coastal area here, or neither here. So I'm basically guessing around this area. And when I'm looking around, it doesn't look that mountainous. It could be just that we can't see the mountains here because there are quite a lot of trees covering the area. I think I'm going to guess here, near the flatter areas around Colombia. Nice. I would say that's a nice plunk. Whippy again. Will this be the first video where I'm actually happy to all of my guesses? We will see. But I'm pretty pleased so far. We have round 5. That is not that easy, I would say. I was so eager to compliment myself before even the first game was over. But here, this one is a little bit trickier. I think this helps a lot. We have a black car. And sun clearly to the north, so we are in the south. But that's about it that I can at least find. We have no road lines. Well, white outer lines. All the signs that we have these, I would say, wooden balls. That basically don't tell me anything. And almost every sign is facing away from us. Is there something you can see? And what else? Yeah. Oh yeah, there was a little bit of language. Something that I learned. I think for me it's really hard to tell apart Portuguese and Spanish. But what I wrote down for myself is that in Spanish they use the word de or di a lot. I don't remember what it meant, but here we have it. So we are in a Spanish-speaking country, so not Brazil. Helpful? I don't think so. I think the black car narrowed us down to Peru, Uruguay and Argentina already. But that's at least something. It looks quite flat. It has some trees. Quite big fields again. Where would I guess? I guess near Buenos Aires. Usually this area, at least what I have seen of it, it reminds me of like Europe, maybe Turkey or that area. It doesn't look as tropical or as dry as the surrounding areas. So I guess I'm just going to plunk there. I wish for the best. Yeah. I think that was a decent plunk. I'm happy with that. So 14k. I'm happy with that. It's not that good of a score, but I'm still happy. At least I guessed every country right. And I think I got relatively close. I think this one hurt the most. But there I can just blame the sun. So yeah, hopefully this was a helpful round. Maybe you learned something. At least got a good score. So let's continue with South America's country streaks. Average score is near 9k. I tried 2 of the first locations that I got, and it looked decent, so, and it has 500,000 locations, so it should be good. So this is what we are doing. So let's see how we do here. Good luck to everybody, and hopefully again we can learn something and make no mistakes. That's never going to happen. So yeah, first up on this map we have this location, which is quite a different to the first game that we have and the locations there. This is a little bit more urban. I tried to go through this, but I really didn't find any good clues other than the utility balls, which again have the holes or the carvings, and then these small holes, which would indicate Brazil. Don't think the sign is black from the back, but then again I think that's not a proper sign, like speed limit sign or anything like that. We have a yellow middle line, no outer lines. But I guess I could say it might be white, which would make sense. Can't really say anything about the license plates. It looks like they're not completely white, but I'm not sure. And yeah, that's about it. The sun is to our north, which would mean we are in the south, and the sea is to our west. I think, yeah. If this even is a sea. So I think it then has to be that we are in some sort of bay, facing from here to here, I guess. One thing that I learned also in Brazil is that if you see any satellite plates, they are, when they are on the roof or wherever they are directed to face the equator. So based on the angle to the sky, you can basically have an educated guess how close you are to the equator. So I think that's something useful and new that I learned today. But we have none of those here, and really nothing else. So I think I'm just going to stay here, I guess. I don't really have a better plan. Yeah. Let's try this one and see how horribly we do. Oh, nice. Well, if I would have been smart, I would have guessed there. Yeah, I'm not mad with that. And it was actually a sea, not a lake. It was actually a lake, not a sea. Good me. Well done. Well, yeah, at least we got the country right. And yeah, next up we have even more urban location than the first one. And this one is a tough one. The car, we have a short aerial or antenna, which would mean Colombia, Brazil, or Ecuador, I think. And then that's basically all I have. I think if I look at these utility poles, they look like they narrow down the further up you go. So based on that, I would say Ecuador. I think then that's the second best clue. Also, Ecuador can be quite mountainous, so that would make sense. And the sun. I'm not sure if it's somewhere in those clouds, or whether it's somewhere here. So that's no help. So I think those are the two other clues, the aerial and the utility pole are the two other clues. Or the two only clues that I can gather up. Can't really see any of the blades either. So I think I just have to go with it. So where in Ecuador could it be? It looks fairly big city. So could it be... Is Ibarra? It's too much to the north. I think we have to guess near the middle so we can hedge well. I'm just a dirty hedger. Let's maybe guess there. Oh, was it the capital? Is that the capital? Yes, it is. Nice. Again, we solved the mystery. Good on us. Or at least on me. Hopefully on you too. Head on to the next one. And for the third round, we have this. Again, quite urban location, which I actually like. It's a good change for the more rural first game. And the most important thing here is a doggo. Woohoo! But maybe next to it is a good clue too. But let's go through the best clues first. Sun is in the north, so we are in south. And here we have this utility pole, which has again these holes or carvings, which would indicate Brazil. I think I read something about the license plates in Brazil being a little bit more similar in size to Europe, maybe. Might be wrong with that. So I would say that's true here. And then my favorite clue here is the satellite dishes. Woohoo, finally got them. So if I understood right, if you would be below the equator, your antenna would be facing upwards. I might be wrong with this. So these are facing slightly to the west, and the angle is quite low. Or would I at least would imagine to be quite low? At least based on that. For an antenna. So it would mean we would be a bit more far away from the equator. But then what fights against that is that we have this phone number over here. And if I remember correctly, I tried to learn trees. This area had the numbers from, or the, how do I put this? The number started from, like, the two first numbers indicate the area where you are. They start from 0 to 10, then it was 10 to 20, and so on. And basically from 0 to 50, you were on this area. And from 50 to 60, you were on this area, I think. And from 60 to 70, it was this area. And 70 to 80, it was this area. And from 80 to 90, it was this area. Somewhere in here. So could we be maybe somewhere in here? It would be decently far away from the equator to the satellite place be like that. It would make sense with the number. And yeah. Let's see. I'm actually quite excited to see if this works.
When you try your best but you don't succeed.
Yeah, the number didn't work. And I don't think my satellite dish meta did work either. So good on me. At least there was the utility balls to show me just about where we are. Hopefully you did a little bit better than I. And we move on to the next round. So yeah, fourth round, I would say is the most interesting one so far. At least I have two candidates for which it could be. The sun, I think, is to our south. But I'm not sure on that. At least it works in my mind, so I say it. And I think the best clue I can find from here, or the starting clue, is that we have a license plate on the side of the car, and places with the license plate on the side of the car were at least Colombia and Ecuador. And also Peru, at least. I think there was one more. But based on the environment, I would actually rule out Peru immediately and focus on Ecuador and Colombia. And then the first thing that makes me think about Ecuador is the pole narrowing down the further top you go. But then also I have written down here no dirt roads, or mostly no dirt roads. And based on the blur, I think the car is coming from the dirt road. So then that would make me think about Colombia. And what we have here? We have wooden fences. So could it be Colombia? I think I'm going to just plonk there. Don't think there's anything helpful for me over there. No. And as we look around, it looks decently flat, but there's definitely some mountains in the background. So I think we are going to just plonk somewhere there. Pray. We are not even going to go near Ecuador and hedge around these two areas. I'm so confident. Watch me fail. that looked pathetic. Not gonna lie. But yes, got that one too. I'm just excited this actually works. Well, this one I don't even bother looking for anything from my notes, because there's literally nothing here. We have a black car, narrows it down to Argentina, Uruguay and Peru. And out of those, I would immediately say Argentina. Just based on the environment. Sun is in the north, which would mean we are in south. In this case, because we have the black car, it doesn't matter. Again, like what I said earlier about the round that I plonked near here, this looks like it could be taken from somewhere from Europe. So based on that, I'm just going to plonk somewhere in here. Maybe a little bit more up. It's fine. It's fine. Like, if this was a world map, that would be a decent score. Here, I don't think so. I think that was 2K or something like that. But again, 12K. Let's say this game was a little bit more harsh around this area. But again, we got the right countries. So I'm quite happy about that. Hopefully you're doing also well. And I think there was a decent chance you are doing better than me, so good on you. And yeah, next up we are going to play a map called South America Equal Distribution. So I have nothing else to say other than let's see what this is about. It has 10,000 locations, AI generated. Locations are not guaranteed to be pinpointable. Well, we don't want that. So let's give this one a go. Remember to put it in challenge mode. Let's go. This again, I don't really need to read my notes. I think it's pretty clear. We have a single middle line, which is a dashed yellow one, and then white outer lines. We have some horses, no, cows. We have some cows, pardon me. And then we have two really good clues. First one being this sign, which is black from its back, which automatically would mean Brazil. And then we have this utility pole, again with those holes and smaller holes on the top. Again means Brazil. Our sun is to the north, which would mean we are in the south. This one looks a little bit more drier. So where would we block this one? It looks a little bit more drier, but it also looks like it could be near the rainforests. Maybe. So maybe somewhere there. Yeah, I take that. I haven't still been disappointed. What is this trigger? On to the next one. Okay, round 2. This one might be a little bit more challenge. We have a black car, narrows us down to Uruguay, which it is not, because the landscape here, and then Peru and Argentina, which I think it could be both Peru and Argentina. Based on the mountains, it looks really dry. I'm leaning a little bit more towards to Peru, but what I read, the black car in Peru is a little bit more rarer, how you say. So I'm not completely sure. Nevertheless, I think I'm going to plonk on this area because it's at the start of the desert, I think, and this looks quite deserty. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about this. Maybe if you have some better clues, please do share them, because I'm quite clueless here. Or am I? Again, I can be happy with that. I think that was the trickiest one so far, because I believe Argentina can be like that towards the top. So yeah, I think we had a little bit of luck with us and some knowledge. Then we have the third location, which has again these utility poles that narrow down the further we go to the top. And then white car, I think, with the short aerial. And the sun is maybe to the north, would make sense here. And yeah, I think that's really about it. Some red soil, but based on the utility poles and the car, I would say Ecuador. And if I trust the sun and my ability to make sense of it where it is, I think we are on the southern side of the equator, so plonk, plonk. Yeah, we are not trusting the sun. But again, decent plonk. Yeah, I was a little bit worried when I was looking through the maps for some sort of map that would have the only South America and then the metas there, and you could just play the map and learn them. And I didn't find anything, so we had to go with these ones, but actually there has been plenty of these clues. So hopefully, since I'm telling this before the last 2 rounds, nothing bad happens there. And welcome to the round 4, which is again a little bit trickier. I think where I would start off here is the car, which has a short aerial, which would narrow it down to, was it Colombia, Brazil? Yeah, Colombia, Brazil, and Ecuador. And yeah, remember what I said about the Brazilian license plates? They were a little bit bigger than other countries have in South America, or similar to the European ones in size. So these ones are quite a lot shorter, so I think that would narrow down, or how do you say, that would eliminate Brazil. So we have Ecuador and Colombia. And first of all, we go with the utility poles, which actually stay the same size the whole way through, unlike in Ecuador. But then again, it could be some rare ballets where you have these utility poles. So what else can we find? Wooden fences, Colombia, yeah. And another thing that I found when I was reading through the guides, watching the videos, was that Colombia is quite religious, and they had the crosses even behind the traffic signs. And I'm seeing quite a few crosses here. So I think based on those, I would guess Colombia. And one thing to support it is that sun is to the south, I think. But where are we? It looks quite mountainous. I think it could be on either side, so is it a good plonk between here or a hedge? Am I just a dirty hedger? I think I would lean towards here, but I'm a dirty hedger. It was going so well. But yeah, I think here your help would be quite useful. What did I miss? Or did I just get unlucky? Please. You tell me I got unlucky, so I can just be happy. So it's the first miss for the video. Let's see if we can get one more. Again. Black car. Sun in the north. Based on the landscape, I would immediately say Argentina. Could also be Uruguay. And again, based on what I have said, it looks like it could be from Europe. So around this area. Did we actually get the second miss? I'm getting sloppy in the end. Yeah, I just think there wasn't much to go off here. If you are good, you definitely can probably tell this apart from Argentina, but I can't. I think best clue here would be the bollards, which apparently were... Was it? I have to check this out. Yeah, the bollards were white at the front and yellow at the back. Or the other way around. I already forgot. But yeah, let's see the summary. It still was one of my strongest games today. Yeah, even though it was complete, even though I missed the last two, I still got quite close to them. So I can't be too mad, can I? But yeah, I think that's enough learning for today. And what would I say? I think I need some feedback on, was this just a complete mess, or did you actually find it helpful? Probably not entertaining, because this was just me spitting out facts, or not facts, things that I think are facts. Yeah, at least I hope you had fun beating me in this case. Even though I think I put a good challenge here. Definitely here in the last one and the first one. The second one was a bit iffy. Well, we are not going to end just yet. We have one more map. Did you think I'm going to end this video without any photosphere map? No. That's kind of the thing of my videos, so we are at least going to have one, which is still in the spirit of South America. But I don't really need my notes, I can just throw them away. But yeah, let's put the clock on 30 seconds. And remember, just relax, this is meant to be a fun lasting. Just take in the 0 points and the stressful time limit and just enjoy this one. Cows. Sun to our north. We have a cowboy. Howdy there. Oh yeah, the time limit. There. Maybe a little bit more here, but I'm going to stick there. Oh, it was Paraguay. Yeah, I can be decently happy with that. Let's move on. Oh. We have a lot of snow in 15 seconds. Could be Peru, could be Chile, could be Bolivia too. Let's hedge around that area. Could be also down here, but I'm hopeful. It was... I'm not going to say that out loud. But again, decent round. Black screen? No. Oh, this has to be Brazil. This is just a random part of the rainforest. Eyes closed. There. No, I don't like that. Let's go there. Okay, now it should punish me and put it there. Well, it would have been closer if I would have guessed there. But still doing fine. To the second last one. Sandy, really sandy. Again, could be down here, or it could be somewhere in here. Let's go a little bit cheeky and guess there. Wait. I want this location to my map. Do we even have car meta here? No. I need to remember that. I'm not even mad, I got a good location to my map. let's continue on to the last map, or the last location. Howdy there. Looks a little bit more greener. I think here I could guess somewhere near this area. Still have snow. Snow. Whoa, that's a big mountain. Snow and quite dry. Yeah, I think I have learned my lessons today. See, this is what you get when you learn couple hours GeoGuessr. You get good. And I think that does it for today. Should I just end it here? Not show the high score or the summary, because it's not beautiful to watch. Did I actually do so bad? I think that was at least a 4K. So the other guesses were 4K in combined. Yeah, not my proudest moment again. But yeah, I think this is a good spot to end the video. Hopefully everybody had fun. Hopefully everybody learned something. And I think there's nothing else other than get out. What are you still doing here? Hush. Off you go. Yeah. Yeah. Have a good day, everybody, and I don't know what day I'm going to publish it, but have a good weekend too. So yeah, goodbye.